What's up, guys? Enkiri here, and welcome to vlog number 46. Today we have some solid work on the strict press, along with some strong pause dips, some powerful snatch grip high pulls, and just a little bit of strict curling. These are two separate sessions that took place in the same training week. The first session here, my goal was just to work up to a heavy triple, just to see what I could do for 3 reps because I hadn't tested it in a while. And on the ramp up here, after my initial gimme sets, I ended up hitting a few tough but solid triples with 165 pounds, 170 pounds, and 172.5 pounds, which was a PR. I can't remember if I had tripled more than 165 at this point. I don't think I had. I'm pretty sure 170 was also a PR here, but I know 172 was for sure. I kind of fucked up the third rep there too. I really didn't mean to pause it on my shoulders that long and kind of double bounce it a little bit, which actually made it way harder to drive through the sticking point, but I managed to anyway, so I was happy about that. Things have been improving very slowly, but still pretty steadily up to this point on the strict press. I've recently hit a PR triple, a PR double, and several straight set PRs for repeat doubles as well as heavy cluster singles. So things are coming along. I may try throwing in some different overhead variations in the coming weeks and months to see if I can spur some new progress on that way. The only overhead variations I've ever done in my life up to this point are strict presses, push presses, and jerks. So I think experimenting with some different varieties of the strict press is in order now that I've decided to make that lift a priority. After the presses, I knocked out a few sets of strict curls with 100 pounds. I think I did 4 sets here, and I managed to get 8 reps on the first set, which is the one shown here. Sorry for the terrible camera angle. This was pretty solid work though. My biceps are definitely getting a good bit stronger from doing these every week. I'm excited to see if that'll translate into some heavier weighted chin-ups when I transition those back into my routine in the near future. And that was the end of that session. But just a couple days later, I was back to working on the strict press again for my Friday session, this time for repeat doubles. I was using 170 pounds here, and I managed to knock out 7 pretty solid doubles with it. You can tell from the first set here that I'm not quite as strong as I was the previous session because 170 is moving a good bit slower here on that first rep than it was the other day. I blame residual fatigue for that. My plan here was to try to add in a third weekly pressing session to accumulate some more volume, which is why I started out with that ramp up to a heavy triple earlier in the week. But I didn't seem to fully recover in time for this session, which made things a little bit difficult. Some of the reps ended up being a little bit tough and grindy, but I managed to get through it, and my shoulders are still in one piece. I tried keeping that third session in the rotation for a few weeks actually, and I just never felt like I was able to really adapt to the extra work. And instead of getting in 2 high quality sessions every week, I just felt like I was getting in 3 subpar sessions instead. So for the time being, I've dropped the third session and I'm just working on 2 main upper body days again. I may try throwing a third session back in at some point again, but I think it would be better to do that from the beginning of a training cycle, where all 3 sessions begin with relatively light weights. That way, as I slowly increase the intensity across the 3 sessions, my body will be able to gradually adapt to the increased workload. For now though, I'm not quite ready to decrease the working weights as much as that would require. I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling in the coming weeks, and I'll probably be taking a little bit of time off from the weights during that time period. So I think the optimal time to begin a new training cycle will be when I return home from that layoff. So during this interim period, I'll probably just keep the intensity high on my normal strict presses and then begin experimenting with some of those other variations I was talking about earlier. My main focus right now is on lower body stuff anyway. I just tripled 365 pounds on the front squat yesterday, so I want to test out a heavy single there in the next couple of weeks and see where it's landed. As well, I want to get out to a basketball court at some point and see how my vertical jump is looking on a regulation basketball rim. My little ghetto Vertec is fun and all, but grabbing a regulation rim I think will give people a better frame of reference of how high I'm actually jumping right now. Which honestly, I'm kind of surprising myself with it. Sometimes I'll fucking be in the air and just be thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm floating right now. It's pretty damn cool. I'm 30 years old now and I'm jumping higher than I've ever jumped in my life, hands down, and more consistently higher as well. Anyway, as you can see, I rounded out the day here with some pause dips and snatch grip high pulls. I was using 135 pounds on the pause dips, and I knocked out 4 damn solid triples with it. I'm pretty happy about that, seeing as how I'm now able to do repeat working sets of pause reps with 3 plates. I may have a weak bench press, but I definitely don't have a weak upper body. And the snatch grip high pulls here were money as well. I had moved up to 245 pounds for the first time for this session, and I think it's pretty clear that I'm getting some good pop against the barbell here. Most of the reps are pulled nice and high, and I'm controlling the barbell very well overall. So that's good stuff. These have been going very well lately, and I'm really liking the twice a week frequency on them as well. My only complaint is that they're beginning to tear my hands open every time I do them, which is kind of annoying. My body is working on some new calluses as we speak, but they're still a work in progress. Hopefully they'll be finished up soon though. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. Please be sure to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave me some love in the comments down below. Other than that, if you enjoy the content I produce, please share your favorite stuff somewhere, and together, let's make Forest the Wolves Gym one of the biggest fitness channels on YouTube. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.